Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series. Okay, double Monastery Mentor. Teamer Battle Rage on 1, so it's a 3/3 double strike. 6/9 damage, takes the Bant color deck down to 9. He gets 2 Monk tokens off that. The Bant deck has a Rattleclaw Mystic, a Morph, and a Hedron Archive. He's played an Explosive Vegetation. He could be playing Bant Ramp. It's just, I can't really tell at the moment. Okay, flips a Rattleclaw Mystic. I'm pretty sure now that he's playing Bant Ramp, because typically if you were playing Bant in another archetype, you know, mid-range or aggro or something like that, your morphs are a little more aggressive, like Den Protector or Death Mist Raptor or what is that one? The white one, I can't remember his name right now. Anyway, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. 2. Wow. Quarantine Field for 4. That is, without doubt, the biggest Quarantine Field I've seen. That will get rid of both Mentors and both Monk tokens. Now, the other side is running Naya. So, he could... Well, never mind. He concedes. We really didn't get to see a whole lot of what the Naya colored deck was doing. Maybe it was Naya prowess. Either way, I guess we'll just have to wait and go into game 2 and see what he can do. Okay, Mantis Rider. Okay, so he's running 4 colors. Could be Jeskai Midrange. Or it could be 4C Aggro. Jotty Offshoot from the Bant side. So, pretty much solid on him being a ramp deck. You don't see Jotty Offshoot unless you're ramping. Unfortunately, Offshoot can't do anything to stop Mantis Rider. It can slow down his progress by gaining you a point of life here and there, but unlike a lot of creatures, Mantis Rider has flying. And it may seem silly to say so, but you'd be surprised at how few creatures people play in Standard that have flying. Hedron Archive from the Bant side gets Disdainful Stroke. And that's one of the things that you can do to stop ramp decks, is countering their ramp. You know, counter their Land Search, counter Hedron Archive. You know, all the things that give them more mana. Silk Wrap gets rid of the Jotty Offshoot, so Mantis Rider goes in for another 3. Bant is down to 13. Hedron Archive. This time it goes through. And what the aggro deck really needs to do here is get some more bodies on the field. Maybe a Savage Knuckleblade or Sylvan Advocate is like the go-to card from Oath of the Gatewatch. Thunderbreak Regent would be a good choice. Another Mantis Rider would be a pretty good scenario. But no plays before combat. Attacks in with the Mantis Rider for another 3 damage. And plays Atarka's Command. 3 damage to the face, gives the Mantis Rider a +1/+1. Bant is down to 10. Teamer Battle Rage on Mantis Rider, so that'll be an 8 damage hit from the Rider. So Bant is down to 2. And that is ridiculously dangerous, because there are... I'm trying to think of a word. There are way too many options of being able to do 2 damage. If you don't get rid of the Mantis Rider, you're dead. Nissa's Renewal. That'll buy him some time. That'll put him up to 9. Get him 3 more land. I'm sure he really wishes he had his Jotty offshoot right there, because then he'd be up to 12. But 9 isn't a guarantee. If, for example, the aggro deck has another Atarka's Command and Teamer Battle Rage, this is over. But if he had another Atarka's Command in his hand, he would have played it last turn. No? No, he wouldn't. He didn't have the mana available to do it. Anyway, Mantis Rider attacks in for 3 more. Bant is down to 6. He's got 11 mana available, so he should be able to play whatever his big bombs are. The only reason he wouldn't is if he doesn't have them. He's playing Bant, so he could be playing extra turns. Since he's playing Ramp, we know he has Ulamog and Ugin in his hand. And there's Part the Water Veil with Awaken. So the force becomes a 6/6. Attacks in. No blocks. Response from the aggro side is Fiery Impulse. Does he have another one? Yes, he does. Double Fiery Impulse kills the forest. And goes to Bant's extra turn. He's pretty much in the same situation. He needs to throw down something big. He gets another Part the Water Veil with Awaken. He makes... it's a little dangerous. Keep going to your forests. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of the cards that require green that he has only cost 1 green. But it is kind of dangerous to just keep putting all these forests into creatures. Alright, this is his second extra turn. And Temporal Trespass. That'll get him another extra turn. But no extra creatures. The forest attacks in again for 6. And you know, you have to make a decision here. You could block, save yourself the 6 damage in case he does something crazy on his next turn, or take the 6 damage and hope that you can still be able to block him if something crazy happens. So this is really close here. All it'll take is for Bant to get rid of that Mantis Rider, and he'll take this game. Goes into the attack phase, attacks with the forest. Chump block with the Rider. Second main phase for Bant. Another extra turn. Because, seriously, that is ridiculously lucky that he was able to pull 4. If that's what he's doing. Okay, he sacks the Hedron Archive to draw 2 cards. Plays a land. So he has 7 mana available right now. Temporal Trespass has Delve, but he wouldn't be able to cast it this turn. Throws down a Morph, which is a Rattleclaw Mystic. And back to the aggro side. Game still is not over. Or it is. He concedes after he draws his card. I was just about to say, there's still potential for him to be able to win this game. You know, a Mantis Rider, Temur Battle Rage, boom, wins. Mantis Rider, Atarka's Command, boom, he wins. But he drew his card and immediately conceded, so unfortunately the first game it looked like he didn't have as much aggression as he needed, and in the second game it looked about the same. I mean, all we got from him was a Mantis Rider, which is a very good creature, but when you're basically pinning all your hopes to a single creature, something went wrong. So that was Bant Ramp versus, I'm going to say, Jeskai Midrange. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like